All right, we have some major Niners buzz to get to here on this Sunday. According to multiple reports on social media, Brandon Aiyuk has requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. But has he? Because according to Aiyuk's agent, he is not. Let's get to the latest here on the San Francisco 49ers report. I'm Chase Sr. This is the San Francisco 49ers report by Chat Sports. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. No matter where you are, how you're tuned in, we're so grateful that you're stopping on by to hang out here with us. Hope you're all having a great weekend on this beautiful Sunday. Today's 49ers report, by the way, is sponsored by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. Plug in the code 49ers20. So a lot of conflicting reports out there, and it has been a drama-filled Sunday here on the Brandon Aiyuk front, and really a drama-filled weekend after Aiyuk unfollowed the Niners on Instagram, and that news came forward on Friday. So according to multiple reports this morning, and late on Saturday night, Brandon Aiyuk requested a trade to get dealt away from the San Francisco 49ers. And my initial read on the situation, if that was true, was this, that the Niners most likely approached Brandon Aiyuk about a contract extension, and that number was a lot lower than what Aiyuk and his camp were expecting and anticipating, because Aiyuk's value is very, very high. That's why teams across the NFL, multiple of them, have inquired about a trade, and they're interested in a player who's 26 years old, coming off an all-pro season, whose value is on the uptick, and I think that Aiyuk, as a player in this league, is only scratching the surface. So the Niners approach Aiyuk about a deal, and it's not a number that Aiyuk and his camp are looking for. In fact, they find it to be disrespectful. So what does Aiyuk do? He unfollows the Niners on Instagram. He follows the Deebo Samuel playbook. He requests a trade, and all of this draws up conversation. It stirs up some drama to put pressure on the Niners as an organization to up their offer. This was literally the Deebo Samuel playbook. The Niners approached Deebo about a contract extension. He didn't like the number, so he unfollowed the Niners on social media, put the pressure on San Francisco, and he requested a trade. I think that playbook is tired. We've seen this from athletes across all major sports over the last several years, but it does put pressure on the organization to get a deal done, to come close to matching or exceeding the number that the athlete has in mind, and all of these contract negotiations come down to leverage. Now, if this was true, does it mean that Aiyuk is definitely going to get dealt? Even with the Deebo Samuel drama, which lasted until late July, when he wasn't a holdout in training camp, he was a hold-in, the Niners and Deebo were able to come to an agreement and find middle ground on a deal that pays Deebo about $24 million per year, which right now is top 10 wide receiver money in the NFL. We know, ladies and gentlemen, how the Niners like to do business. For whatever reason, they don't reach agreements on contract extensions with their homegrown players until around training camp, later in the summer, July, August. In the case of Nick Bosa, it happened in September. Other teams like to offer deals to their homegrown players a little bit earlier. This is a strategy for, let's say, Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles, because then, if you offer that contract early, you get out in front of it, and then the price tag doesn't go up like it could for Aiyuk because of Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb signed their deals before Aiyuk. The price tag for Aiyuk then goes on the uptick. But why this situation could be different here for a multitude of reasons, and again, Aiyuk's agent has shut this down, is if the Niners were to deal Aiyuk, and if he asks out, and if his number is too high, the Niners can't wait to get a deal done until later in the summer, theoretically, because if Aiyuk does want out, and the Niners have no choice but to deal him, I think they have to do it before the NFL draft, because the Niners have to find a wide receiver to be a Brandon Aiyuk replacement. And this is a very deep wide receiver class, and there are a bunch of names to monitor if the Niners decide to go this route. Brian Thomas could fall to the Niners. A.D. Mitchell could fall to San Francisco. Xavier Worthy, Troy Franklin, Malachi Corley, Xavier Legette. All these are players who could be of interest for San Francisco as an Aiyuk replacement if they can't come to an agreement on an extension with Brandon Aiyuk. But there is conflicting buzz because Aiyuk's agent, Ryan Williams of Athletes First, quote tweeted that original report from John Fraschilla, who calls himself an NFL insider, and said, "You need better sources," which in turn says Aiyuk has not requested a trade. I told you there was a lot of drama to get to. That's why you come here, and that's why you subscribe to the show, because we always keep you in the know with all of the latest. First, let's get to our sponsor for today's show. That is Manscaped. Did you know one man every hour, every day, is diagnosed with testicular cancer? In fact, testicular cancer, the most common form of cancer among men age 15 to 35, that's right in the age range, right in the demographic for a lot of people who watch this show, including myself and producer Chip, with April being National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Our friends over at Manscaped have partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to help spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. Visit manscaped.com/TCS to learn how to check yourself for early signs of cancer. And as always, you can use the code 49ers20 for 20% off and free shipping. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, by the way, features 2 interchangeable skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little bit off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth and sleek. Dual LED spotlights, you'll achieve better visibility, making every trim more precise and hassle-free. In addition to providing the right tools and solutions for comfortable and easy grooming, Manscaped is committed to raising awareness and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer. That is why they will be donating $50,000 to the Testicular Cancer Society. So once again, if you want the best men's grooming products in the game, you can go to manscaped.com/49ers, code 49ers20 for 20% off and free shipping. So this was actually pretty hilarious here, and I can see why agents want to go about these things in this way, because a report comes out from John Fraschilla, who's like an East Coast-based NFL reporter is what he calls himself, and he says, the Niners, Brandon Aiyuk, there's a lot of drama right now. Aiyuk has requested a trade out of San Francisco. This takes off on social media. I put out a video on Twitter saying, according to multiple reports, not me, Aiyuk has requested a trade, because this is a massive storyline. It's literally my job to talk about it. And people are saying, you're a fake news spreader. You had this report. No, I didn't have this report. It literally came from somebody else. And then Ryan Williams here responds to the report, I should say, and quote tweets the report from John Fraschilla and says, you need better sources. In a way, he kind of put him in a body bag. As I did report from the NFL Combine earlier in March, Ryan Williams is the best friend of Niners general manager John Lynch. John Lynch was the best man at Ryan Williams' wedding, and Lynch gave Williams one of his first clients way back in the day. And Williams was at the Hall of Fame induction for John Lynch. They are very close, obviously, because Lynch was the best man at his wedding. Lynch and the Niners want to keep Aiyuk around and sign him to a contract extension. Ryan Williams and Aiyuk want to get a deal done with the Niners to keep Aiyuk in a Niners uniform for the foreseeable future. 25th overall pick in 2020. He's gotten better every single year that he's been in the National Football League. He's really close with Kyle Shanahan. Aiyuk is Shanahan's guy, and he's developed into a great player under the Niners' tutelage. Remember, following the Super Bowl locker room cleanout day in the Niners locker room, when Brandon Aiyuk was in tears about the end of the season, talking about how special of a group this was. And of course, he was asked about the looming contract extension, and he was pretty vague about it. But one thing he did say, what I want is to win. Why would he want to go elsewhere? Why would he want to go to a team that's reportedly very interested in Aiyuk and the Pittsburgh Steelers, with Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator, Russell Wilson, who is on the side of being washed as the starting quarterback, and Justin Fields, who has a career completion percentage of 60%. He might get targets, but he might not win a lot of games. He might get a lot of money, but the production might not be there. And it just doesn't add up. A team like the New England Patriots, Kendrick Bourne, who used to play for the Niners, is trying to recruit Brandon Aiyuk to the New England Patriots. What is the Patriots' quarterback situation? They don't have one right now. And their offense over the last few years has been terrible. They also have a defensive-minded head coach now, Gerard Mayo, who is taking over for Bill Belichick. Why would Aiyuk want to go there? The only reason he'd want to go to Pittsburgh, he'd want to go to the New England Patriots, is if they just give him a bunch of money and that's all that he cares about. But Aiyuk even said, locker room cleanout day, what he cares about is winning. And everything that he wants, everything that he's seeking, money, good quarterback, good offense, good head coach. And you can say great quarterback, great offense, great head coach. Whatever way you want to slice it up. What Aiyuk is looking for, he's going to get targets, he's going to get money, he's going to be able to win. He has a great on-field continuity with Brock Purdy, a great head coach who's able to scheme him open, which has led to him having all of this great production. He has it with the San Francisco 49ers. So I've said this all along. I think Aiyuk and the Niners come to an agreement on a contract extension. I think a deal gets done. Now, I do want to do a little mean tweets here because people are so hilarious on social media when they get bent out of shape about stuff like this. I tweeted this out, breaking. Brandon Aiyuk has requested a trade from the 49ers according to multiple reports. Not according to me. And I said, what happens now? What does all of this mean? And I explained what I meant. And I've said all along, and I've reported that Aiyuk wants to be with the Niners, and the Niners want to sign him to a contract extension. Mean tweets here. Fake news spreader, sit down chase, nice sunglasses. People are ripping me in the comment section. No, he didn't. Do better, dude. What source? It's so funny. Do people actually read tweets? Do they actually watch the video to see what is written and what is said? They don't. That's the reality of social media. I did post an updated video with the newest reporting, the newest updates with that tweet from Ryan Williams as well, but wanted to have some fun here on this Sunday. Make sure you subscribe to the show. We appreciate everybody for always supporting the program here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Whatever happens on the Aiyuk front, we're going to have you covered in addition to covering every story pertaining to the Niners.